Hey, what's up? This is Nathan from Gotch SEO Academy, and in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to improve your mobile website design. So the first step to improving your mobile website's user experience is to audit your mobile design. In a previous lesson, I showed you exactly how you can audit your existing mobile website. So make sure you review that lesson. And after you audit your mobile design, and what you want to do is make sure that your website design is responsive. And that's because having a responsive design will eliminate most issues you'll experience as far as your mobile website. And there is a lot of debate on whether or not you should use a responsive design or you should use a separate mobile site altogether. But as I've said in a previous lesson, you should use a responsive design because that means you can keep your existing URLs without having to spread your authority onto another URL just for your mobile version of your website. So it's much better to have a responsive design from an SEO perspective. The next thing you need to do to make sure that your user experience on your mobile website is optimal is to make sure that your website loads very fast. So make sure you review all of the videos regarding website loading speed to make sure that you're doing everything you can to have the fastest loading website you can, not only on desktop, but also on mobile. The fourth element of an effective mobile user experience is to be very, very careful with interstitial pop-ups. And that is basically just a big word describing email opt-in pop-ups or any type of pop-up that shows up. And on mobile, you need to be really careful with these. In fact, most of the time, you should probably be avoiding pop-ups on mobile, or at the very minimum, only allow the pop-up to show up once a visitor has gone to a second page on your website. And the last element of improving your site's mobile experience is to always be testing. Go through the process of constantly trying to improve your mobile experience and design, and just test different things to see if users stay on your website longer or if users convert at a higher percentage or any type of positive user signal. Because when it comes to really anything that you're doing with your website online, any type of marketing that you're doing, you should always be testing. So those are the big macro elements that are going to improve your mobile user experience. But now I want to go over some micro factors that will also help you improve the experience for your mobile users. The first element you should audit is your font size and typography. So in general, your font size should be large enough so that people don't have to zoom. And the typography should be a very simple typography that's easy to read, and you should avoid using any type of typography like cursive or something that's very hard to read on your mobile design. And then after that, just make sure that your font size is large enough so the user can read it without having to zoom in at all. The next micro factor that you should consider auditing is there enough breathing room for the elements on the mobile design? And so a lot of the time, people will have a mobile design, but there will still be a ton of clutter, and it'll be very, very hard to know where your eyes should go and ultimately where you should go on the website. So you should make it as streamlined as possible, and it should be a lot of breathing room between every single element in the design so that the mobile user is not being distracted and they're going onto your website and getting exactly what they were searching for. The third element that you need to make sure you have on your mobile website is a clickable phone number. And ideally, the phone number should be at the top of the website and it should be clickable. So that means that when a mobile user lands on your site and they click on the phone number, it should immediately call your business. So this is very, very important for lead gen businesses to make sure that you have a clickable phone number at the top of your website. And ideally, it should also be site-wide, meaning it's on every single page on your website. The fourth element you need to audit is your button size. This is pretty obvious, but every button on the mobile design should be very easy to click and should be large enough so that a finger can click it. So if a user has to scroll in to click a button, or the button's so small that they really can't click it, or other things are blocking the button, these are all things you need to consider because buttons are calls to action. So we need to make sure that users are actually able to click the buttons with ease and not have to do anything more than just see the button and click the button. Anything outside of that is going to disrupt their experience. The fifth element that you need to consider are your contact forms or whatever forms you're using. So on mobile, it is a good idea to have forms that have a limited amount of fields. So you definitely do not want the user to have to fill out a ton of fields on mobile. You want to keep it as simple as possible and get the bare minimum of information from them. And the last element that you need to consider for your mobile design and user experience is the overall cleanliness of your mobile design. And basically, all that means is that it should be a very fluid experience, and there shouldn't be a bunch of elements that are distracting away from what that searcher was actually looking for when they landed on your website. And so that is all you need to know on how to improve your mobile website design. Just focus on what's best for the user, and your mobile website design will be very effective. So that's all for this lesson. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.